Welcome to the Fine Print, everybody. I'm back for part two of my interview with Eric McEdward. Thank you for coming back for part two. 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I know. It feels good. This is a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zero Gravity.
Oh, they just bought up my restaurant. Well, they had a piece of it.
No shit.
Yeah. At Idle Time in Stowe. One of their brewers is part of the group that bought us out.
Tight. I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
tight.
Green State Lager, Conehead, all that. I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
I get a lot of weird looks at work for that.
No, that you're in a good place to be then if you don't drink beer, man. You're a bartender, right?
I know, and they always ask me, they're like, what's your favorite beer? Like, I fucking hate beer, man. Like, pick your own. There's the menu. It says all the shit that's in it.
That's easy out though, man. Like, beer, yeah. I don't give a fuck.
I'd go with the Pilsner though. If I had to pick one, the Pilsner. It's a good Pilsner.
Right.
Yo, so I wanted to ask you, I meant to ask you this before. In a 7 Days article written by Justin Boland, he said you guys made a project every month for like 6 months straight, cranking out like bang, 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 one a month.
Oh, for Equalize stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a year and a half there where we were doing something once a month. Like, wow. Yeah, the energy was right. Everything was there. People were, I felt like, looking for a funnel like that to kind of put their shit through.
When do you sleep?
I'm up early. I go to bed at like 9:30, but I'm up early like 4 o'clock.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm up, man.
That's ungodly.
Yeah, and I got 2 little kids, so they're up, so I'm up. If I'm up, I'm fucking doing stuff. I'm not like sitting around. If I'm up, like, nah, I'm gonna get shit done.
That must be Go ahead.
I make most of my beats between 4 and 6 a.m.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was the exact opposite. I'm like a night man, in the day I don't really get shit done, but at night, yep.
you gotta find your time,
Yeah. So like that must be just a huge time commitment. Do you have another job, like a regular 9 to 5?
I was a stay-at-home dad for 5 years.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Good man. Yeah. I was screen printing for a long time. And when my second kid was born, I said, fuck that. This shit's dumb. And then, it's crazy, man. You think about what you could be doing it. And then, so yeah, I was like, this is stupid. I'm going to go hang out with my kids. And with the price of daycare, it levels itself out. You're like, I might as well hang out with my kids every day and fucking teach them what I want to teach them, So yeah, I did that for about 5 years, and now I'm back screen printing at a different spot. So I work part-time screen printing and then part-time just dad life.
What's that place called?
East Coast Printers.
Cool. Yeah, I saw it. And you did the Jade Relics, all that stuff there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That was a little preview. We'll get to that later, but
no, they're a dope spot, man. They're cool, and they they kind of let me do my own shit during my lunch breaks, so I'll kind of crank out my own stuff for Jade Relics, whatever.
That's funny. Right here in my notes, I said, wow, you really crank them out, don't you?
I try, man.
Yo, so also in this article, I got to ask you, it said, Justin Ball's article, it says, SK has definitely taught me a lot. And I'd like to I want to ask you about that guy for a second. Is he a Terminator sent from the future to destroy beats?
Dude, he's something else, man. I don't know what he is, but like there's nobody, especially on the local level, but there's nobody like consistent like him, and fucking just the volume of dope shit he makes, and some of it he puts out, you know what I mean? He's got tons of shit that's not even fucking out. Like, he's crazy. He's a monster. And as far as like inspirations, he's it for me, man. Like on the local level, I've watched him and seen the movements he makes, what's possible on a local level, how to expand that a little bit. He does it right the whole way. He's a pro.
And he's never
across the board.
He's never like on the internet talking about I'm the fucking greatest.
That's what I mean. Yeah, the way he
He's in the
handles his
lab
shit,
working.
the way he handles his business. Obviously, his output is fucking bonkers. But like,
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
but across the board, he's been a big inspiration, and just for me to see what's possible on just a local level, fucking around.
You guys hang out at all? Have you done any shows together?
We've done some stuff together. I've done some photography work for some of his stuff.
Oh, nice.
And he's a dad now too, so he's finding that balance. Whenever we get it, we fucking take advantage of it, and we get it.
I saw he didn't put out an album for like a week, and I was like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
Right?
Yeah.
You could tell he's figured out his schedule now, though, because he's putting shit out again. And
yeah, he doesn't play. Like, I just imagine him he's probably in the studio right now.
Yeah.
And, I imagine him sleeping for like 30 minutes a day, and then he wakes up for like 23 and a half, and just making beats, and he's probably got his daughter on his lap. She's
casual, like casually making crazy dope stuff.
Do you this was a question from Kyle, man. Kyle said, ask him how he could be so dope at his music career while juggling the successful dad life. I have a hard time doing it with one child, and he makes it look easy with two.
It's not fucking easy at all. Straight up, it's not easy. Just being a dad in general is, if you're not ready for it and you don't really want to do it, fucking don't do it, because it's crazy hard, and it tests you, and it just the mental shit you go through, and like it makes you really look inward on yourself, which was the biggest surprise for me in dad life. Like, it makes you look at yourself. You're like, I thought I had all this shit figured out. I thought I was fucking good. I thought I had knowledge of self and all that shit. I thought I was cruising. And then you have kids, and you see how everything you do sits with them, vice versa. And it's like, it's crazy. But it's hard, man. It's tiring. It's amazing what your body can do when it doesn't have a choice. You know what I mean? It's true, man. Like, if your body can't sit down, like, you just fucking keep going. And I've become pretty good at taking advantage of the free time I do have. You know what I mean? And that just takes dialing in my work zone, and how I make shit. And I've figured out my rhythm now, and I can make a beat in 30 minutes if I need to. And
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
And for a while, like when I was still screen printing, I didn't have time at home, but I'd take all my shit to work, and I'd have a half-hour break, and I would fucking get in it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll put a kick drum and a hat down, and then tomorrow I'll put the other two things down. So I'm used to working in small time segments to like just figure some shit out.
Yeah, it's impressive. Time management was never my strength.
Time management, and like you just, I just fucking love this shit too. So that makes it really easy.
Yeah, I mean, the volume of shit that you're putting out.
Because I'm up at 4, I'm doing something. I'm either chopping a sample, I'm looking for samples. I'm always doing something to feel.
You making breakfast?
Dude, always. Always. I'm always doing shit.
All right.
But yeah, Kyle, it's exhausting as fuck. That's what it is.
Boy. Let's see. I want to ask you about crate digging, because I used to go. I don't know if you know Josh Cody, or if you've seen him up on the hip hop pages. That's my homie right there.
Skywise, right?
Yeah. Great dude.
Shout out Skywise. I don't know him personally, but I like what he's doing musically for sure.
Me too, and I'm glad he's got out. He's just been meeting some people. I've been telling him, I'm like, come out of the house. All those beats are dope.
Dude, he's very dope.
Yeah. That's all he does, man. He's like, I'm going to work and I'm smashing beats.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. And
you could tell he's dope.
Yeah. He's like, I got to hide from my wife in the basement for a minute. And
yep.
Love you, Jackie. Yeah.
I'm always, making beats with the one headphone off, listening for a kid or some shit. All my beats are made with like one ear, and then I'll figure out the other ear later.
Smart. Yeah. So listen, like when we used to go digging for records, we would like, how do you start to look, right? Where do you go? So what we would do is judge books by their covers. And we
Right.
would look for the albums with the weirdest cover art or something outstanding about them.
Yeah,
And go
man.
from there. Do you have any techniques that you use when you're digging through crates?
I'm a big cover art guy too. Uh, as far as just cover art in general, like people don't understand how important that shit is. Like that's someone's first impression of your shit before they hit play, before they fucking do anything. Like they're already gonna get a feeling from whatever your cover art is before they even listen to the shit. So cover art is huge. I definitely look for obscure, weird shit that I'm like, oh, this will sound funny, or this will sound like anything off the radar. I'm like, oh, this will be dope. But I'm a big, I'm a big dollar bin guy too. I'm cheap as fuck, so I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'm not usually paying more than $10 for a record, unless it's some new hip hop shit that I want to have or whatever. But as far as sample shit, I'm looking for cheap shit. Anything that's got a little soul in it, a little jazz in it. That's it.
Yeah.
No real formula though. There's a couple labels I'll follow, and like if I see a certain label, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be at least decent and worth a couple $5. You know what I mean?
You ever go in there with your phone and just like Google it? We started doing that. We're like, yo, we're gonna Google pull up a song to see if it sucks or not.
I've thought of doing that. I haven't done it. And I know a lot of people will bring like portable record players in and like, listen to shit first. I like coming home with it and having that surprise unwrap when I get home.
Good or bad,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like this was a whole miss right here. Fuck.
Right? But that's what it like. The beauty of beat making is sampling, man. That's what got me into the shit, is finding some weird shit, some weird horn, some weird whatever, and turning it into some totally new shit that bangs,
Yo, so let me ask you a little bit about your setup over there, because I want to nerd out for a minute. We talk about gear.
Yep.
What are you using for hardware? What are you using for software? I see you got the KRKs behind you. Yeah. Always a good selection.
Let's see. I started off on a little MIDI keyboard with Fruity Loops. That was the first.
All right.
The first setup. It might have been FL Studio then. I don't know when they like switched the name to not be a joke anymore. but I started on that, a little keyboard, Fruity Loops. I went from there to an MPC 500.
Oh yeah.
That was my first like real sampler that I could fuck with and like figure out sequencing and all that shit without having to look at a computer screen. So that was where I really developed like making beats, but I'm a big, like, I like my computer too. So I do a lot of chopping and shit on my computer, and then I'll bring samples over to whatever I'm using, fuck with it, and then bring it back to the computer and fuck with it, So yeah, MPC 500 for a couple years, and then I got the Machine. And since then, I've just been rocking with the Machine, man. I love it. Love the Machine. I use that with Reaper. I have an SP404 I use.
Reaper, huh? You still using Reaper?
Dude, Reaper's the shit.
Okay.
Fucking love Reaper, dude.
You're one of two guys I know now.
Yeah?
All right. The other guy sucks. So good for you, man.
Machine and Reaper. That's my real like combo. And then I have an SP404 that I'll use for certain kind of specific things.
Like what?
I like I'll filter sample, like I'll run samples through it before I make the beat, and then sometimes I'll run finished beats through it, fuck with it a little bit. And for the live set, that's kind of the big reason why I have it, because you could fucking put a ton of beats on it, hours and hours of beats, and just carry that in a backpack and go play some beats somewhere.
Like a laptop and that thing?
No, just that, man.
No laptop.
Nope.
It's
like
okay, cool.
Just super standalone. You could put hours and hours of shit on it. So I got it for the main reason was to do that. But Machine, man, as far as like making beats, Machine's been the jam for the last couple of years.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Boy, Reaper, you caught me off guard with that shit right there.
Reaper, dog. I used to be a big not SoundCloud, what the fuck? Cool Edit Pro. You know about Cool It? You know about that shit? You know about that shit, dude?
Oh, we just got dated right there. Winamp, you know?
All the self-portrait albums that you listen to, every self-portrait song was mixed in Cool Edit Pro by me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a big Cool Edit Pro guy for a while.
Boy,
until I found Reaper, and I was like,
oh, it was only 2017 or so. Boy, still using Cool Edit back then. Wow.
Yeah, dude, I had an old like pirated version. Yeah, I'm a big.
The sound quality is very good.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it worked, I guess. I'm not trained in any way either, by the way. Like musically, I'm not trained at all. I do what feels good. If it makes your head nod, it's successful. I'm that kind of a mindset. So I try not to overthink what I'm doing. So at the time, Cool Edit Pro was fucking working out. Fuck it. Now Reaper's working out.
Yeah, when I started learning how to mix, like it took me so long just to learn how to make beats, just to learn how to use a software. I was using Reason and a little MIDI.
Oh, dude, Reason's. I use Reason for a little bit.
It took me so long just to figure out all the hotkeys and all, like how to get the workflow like in order. And then when it would like, oh, now you got to mix it. It was like, oh, well, that's a whole other fucking college degree there. You know, and that when I got into that can of worms, it's like, all right, well, let's start spinning knobs. And that sounds good. This doesn't sound good. And then I started reading stuff and I got a little more confused. And then I had to dial it back. Like, all right, like let's learn the basics, like EQ.
Don't read. Yeah, don't read that shit. Because it's so easy to get overwhelmed with anything like that. It's like people need to stop fucking focusing on the details of music. Like it's not that fucking hard, man. Like, do you have a heart in there? What are you feeling? And like, it's not a computer setting. What's gonna make your song dope? Like, come with some feeling in that shit, and that will shine through whatever stupid software you're using. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's easy to Google.
I agree with you.
Easy to watch like tutorials and figure out how to fucking perfectly use whatever you're using, but like, I don't know. That shit's only gonna get you so far, and it's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun because you're gonna be thinking about fucking stupid numbers and settings and bullshit.
Although I am a physics nerd, so it was a little fun.
All right,
you know? But like just the basics of doing some EQ and just carving out a little bit of space in there to open it up was super helpful, you know. And
for sure,
you know, learning how to dial in some effects, program some automations and stuff like that.
And that's the fun shit.
Yeah, that is the fun shit.
But it's, you know what I mean? It's easy to get over that hump, and then you're like, oh, I'm overthinking it now, and it's not fun anymore.
Absolutely, yeah. And I would do the same thing when I was making the beats. I would have that same process making the beats. I'm like, oh, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. And then we get to the mix. I'm like, oh, that's not perfect. I'm like, it's never gonna fucking be perfect.
Never, dude. Never. If it feels good, fucking put it out, like onto the next shit. Yeah. And that's how I feel like I get away with putting out so much stuff and working with a lot of people, because I don't know.
But it sounds good, man. I haven't heard anything
put it out
where the mix is garbage, or you know, it all sounds pretty well balanced.
I mean, it's come a little ways for sure, but like I'm big on just like, dope. That sounds dope. What's up next? You know, like keep it moving. I have to fucking have like multiple things going at one time, or shit gets boring. I feel like I'm waiting for shit, and then it's not fun.
It does get old when you listen to the same beat over and over again in your headphones, and you just like, by the time you get to like mixing it, it's like, I'm fucking done with this. I'd rather ship that off to someone who knows what they're doing and just forget about it.
Right. And that happens when you work with some MCs and stuff. Like sometimes a beat won't make it onto a project till like a year later. You're like, fuck, I don't even like that beat at all. Like a year after, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing like that. Like, I used to like that, but
yeah, I definitely made it.
I'm on to the next fucking 20 things already. I'm over that shit. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Boy, where was I going?
I don't know.
I wanted to ask you about, well, so I snooped around your room a little bit. I looked at all your Instagram and I was trying to pick out some things that might help me learn about you.
Hmm,
And I took your photos and I zoomed in on them. It was a little creepy, if I'm honest.
there's a
But
lot going on.
let me ask you a few questions. Do you have a
Yeah,
tennis ball signed by KRS-One?
I do. That was his thing. I don't know if he still does it.
He
That
signs
was his,
tennis balls.
that's his thing, man. He just fucking chucks them out, throws
Oh,
tennis
he
balls
brings the
around.
tennis balls and they're signed already.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah. I didn't even get that one. My brother got it for me, so I didn't even get it. But
Huh.
I know it's a thing he's done at least on multiple occasions that I've heard about.
KRS-One came to my college when I was at Worcester Polytech in Massachusetts, and it was 500 pasty
Oh,
white nerds and awkward kids. And
the
he came
best,
out. I'm telling you, I was like the only joint in the crowd. I was like, yes. And
dude.
these nerds are just like, and even KRS-One was like, do you guys know what's happening right now? They're like, no. They're like, yo,
Did
have
they
you
get
ever,
into it?
huh?
Did they like
It
get
was
into it or
awkward.
not?
It was awkward. I felt like it was awkward how I was getting into it and no one else was. But I did get a
Yeah.
free record out of it. He saw me dancing and I was like, yeah, I went up to the front. I got a free vinyl. I gave it to my homie.
He's the man.
Yeah, he puts on a good show, man. He's a
Oh,
legend.
dude, he's one of the most like energetic fucking dudes ever.
So what else do we have in there? What is up with that red peanut statue? I thought it was a bong.
Oh, Mr. Peanut, dude.
Is that Mr. Peanut? I nailed it. Me and Tasha were arguing about that.
Mr. Peanut, dog. It's my guy.
Why?
It's my guy, dude.
Shit.
It's my fucking guy right there, dude.
Does that have any significance?
Yeah, my grandfather who passed away like 2 years maybe at this point, collected Mr. Peanut like figurines and peanut tins and fucking paperweights.
Oh shit! Was that playing
Yeah.
cards?
No, this is a
Oh,
big
that's
ass glass paper.
Oh shit! Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, he collected all kinds of Mr. Peanut shit, like memorabilia and whatever the fuck. And he loved peanuts. So when he passed, so I got like a tribute tattoo for him because he's
yeah.
like,
That's
and
dope.
He kind of like gives off the vibe of Mr. Peanut, you know, just like a chill vibes.
With a monocle.
Yeah, the monocle, like, how can you get more fucking G than Mr. Peanut, dude?
The other thing I saw was that little statue
Such a
you got on the
G.
floor. You got a little like a Asian metal
shit.
statue.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
This guy?
Yeah.
I wish I knew what his real name was. I don't. I need to find out who it actually is. But that was from my same grandfather's house.
Oh no shit.
As was the fucking big desk I fuck with over here.
Oh, it's a beautiful desk.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of hand-me-downs. No, go up.
So I really tried hard to snoop on your bookshelf so I could grab a couple of books out of there, but I couldn't get a good enough shot to.
You're a Hunter S.
reading?
Thompson guy, right?
Yeah, I read a lot of stuff, but for sure that.
I got a bunch of Hunter S. Thompson shit. I just read the Dilla book, which was cool. Dilla Time, it's called. Good
So you
fucking
had
book.
a Rakim book.
Yeah, I got Rakim's book, a couple comedians. I got David Cross's book. I got Artie Lang's book. You're a comedian. I know you probably read that shit.
I bet Artie's was more exciting than David Cross.
Different, but yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got some jazz shit. I got some. If we're fucking showing off random shit right now.
I scoped your room and I stalked your fucking Instagram, so let's do it.
I got The Art of War signed by Immortal Technique.
Dude,
No big deal. No big deal.
sick.
Did I even hold that up the right way?
How'd you get that?
Just fucking hanging out. He's a G. What else we got?
What, did you bring the Art of War to an Immortal Technique concert?
Yeah, I brought the book to the show.
You brought a book to an Immortal Technique show.
Yeah. No, I knew I don't have any I'm a big fan of getting vinyl signed. And I'm like, first and foremost, I'm a fucking fan of this shit. So I still get giddy and excited and fucking all that kid shit. So I didn't have an Immortal Technique vinyl, so I brought the Art of War. I thought it made sense. But this one's the shit right here.
I saw that. Fuck that. I was. You ruined my question about the chessboard.
Signed by the Jizza.
Wow.
Which was dope.
That's nice. Are you a chess player?
I do like chess, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach my kid chess.
Hell yeah. Listen, I want to break this
fun,
up.
Man.
Hey, I want to break this up into a third one if you have time, where we're going to talk about the grand finale. Let's finish out the last 8 minutes here. Tell me about Magic Man cannabis products.
Oh yeah, Magic Man. They are a cannabis cafe and bakery. I think they title themselves.
Let me just flip my light on real quick here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I forgot it gets dark. All right. Yeah, their name is
fucking basement down here.
Their name has popped up a few times in my interviews as
no shit.
Someone I should talk to. Yeah,
dude, they're great people over there.
Yeah.
My buddy Joe Boo, rocking his fucking shit right now. Goes in there a lot, and he kind of connected with them. And they're dope, man. They're big on like cooking with cannabis, you know. It's not a dispensary. They don't have THC, but they got CBD and, you know, Delta 8 or whatever the other.
Yeah, I was going to say, I looked at their website briefly. It looked like mostly CBD and stuff.
Right. But just good people, man. And like, just good mindset about the whole big picture of what the fuck's going on, you know?
Cool.
Yeah. Good people.
And you did a theme song for them.
Yeah, we did, which obviously, of course, I'm going to do that. You know,
that's the first that I've seen.
Of course, you know, yeah, no, they're awesome, man. And Joe Boo came with me with the idea, and it's like, of course, man. And we played over there on 420 like 2 or 3 years ago. I forget when it was at this point, but just fucking hung out for the day. I brought pretty much my whole setup. I brought the fucking KRKs. I brought my table. It was like my home lab in their little shop, just playing beats. Joe Boo was chilling, rocking.
Sick.
Yeah, man, just like super casual. And they hit us up this year to play again. So we're playing on Essex on the Green, like outside, I think.
When?
On 420.
Oh shit, I already got plans. I might have come out for that.
So next week, yeah, it's 420 at 4:20 p.m.
Boy, maybe I'll bail on those other plans. Yo,
yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to ask you about that dude, Joe Boo, because I found a very interesting Castlevania type music video. Does he rap?
Yeah, he raps, man.
Dude, I really enjoyed that with the animation. Oh, hell yeah.
This is my guy, Joe Boo, right here.
I thought that was one of my favorite songs that I heard. And the video is killer.
He's crazy, man. He's a super good writer. He grew up in New York. He's a couple of years older than me, so he saw really when hip hop fucking started, and you know what I mean. Yeah, he's just a New York dude. He's got ties. His family's got ties with Harlem and you know, all that stuff. And he grew up on that shit. And I don't know what brought him up here initially, but he's up here in Vermont now, and I met him, and we, you know, immediately found a bond through music for sure. You know, he's one of those dudes, like you said, you were making beats for Bolin to fucking rhyme on. Like,
yeah,
he's one of those dudes where I like feel privileged to be giving him beats to tell shit on. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you need to be doing this. So if I can help in any way, let's do this shit.
He's got a very definitive style, like a great voice, you know?
Yeah, his vocal tone is great, man.
Mhm.
Great. And
Mhm.
he's got shit to talk about. You know, he still has a lot that he could get out whenever he's ready for it.
So I say we cut it right here. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about the Jade Relics.
Yeah, let's do it, buddy.
Fantastic.